Hey guys, what's up? Today's topic of Brutally Honest is going to be about our generation. Now, the generation that I'm in, and I'm sure all of you are in. So let's get straight to it. Okay, our generation, I feel, in my heart, is a very, very fucked up one because of the fact that our generation is having babies at young ages, not going to school, have to live on welfare, have to do all sorts of things just to get by. And I feel it's sort of sad because didn't we learn a lesson from our previous generation? Like our mothers and fathers and how they had to struggle, and now you're putting yourself straight in that mess again? Now, I don't care how your friends feel about it, but how does your family feel about it? It's kind of embarrassing when you have 3, 4, 5 children and you can't pay for any of them. You can't pay, bills, or your baby father just walked down on you because of the fact that you had all these different children, and all of a sudden, you don't have child support because the baby daddy just up and disappeared. It's been known to happen in our generation. It's happening. In our parents' generation, it happened. In our grandparents' generation, it happened. But it's not as extreme as now, because now people are popping babies out of nowhere. Before you know it, my friends are having children, and my other friends are having children, and most of our generation is prepared, as to the other half is not prepared. I feel as though it's just straight pathetic how... I'm sorry I'm looking up so much. I'm watching wrestling at the same time while I'm talking. So if you see my eyes go up there, I'm probably just peeking a glance. So anyway, our generation is a very, very sad generation. Like, are you serious? You're all giddy and happy about a damn baby, and you can't even support yourself. Can't feed yourself. How are you going to feed this kid? How is your boyfriend going to feed this kid if he's sitting on his lazy ass not doing anything and you're doing everything? And I know plenty of friends who are like that. I know plenty of friends who are like that, who they go to work while the daddy stays home and takes care of the kid, and the mama brings home the bacon. Forget the bacon. She only brings home crumbs, because $200, $300, $400 is crumbs. If you're making more than that, yeah, it's considered bacon. And you're making even more than that, you're just bringing home a whole loaf of bread. But right now, most of the people that I know who have babies are making crumbs. I don't care how much you make. I don't care if you have 2, 3, 4, 5 different jobs. You're still making crumbs. You're not bringing home bacon. And now, have we forgotten what our parents have told us about education? Seriously, are you people a couple of dumbasses or something? Like, you have no brains up here? Think for 1 second. When I was in high school, when I first started high school, I thought about different colleges to go to, while your ass was thinking about drinking, partying, boyfriends or girlfriends, and just how to have a good time. Now, I'm in college. You have 4 or 5 different kids with a baby daddy who's all of a sudden disappeared out of your fucking life. And you got jobs, and you're living on food stamps and welfare. Now, you see, back in the day, the government did not care if you were on welfare, because there weren't that many people sitting on their lazy asses at the time getting welfare checks and food stamps. Now, all of a sudden, there's a big boom, and now, all of a sudden, all my other friends are like, oh yeah, when I have this baby, I'm gonna sit on my lazy ass and collect welfare checks and food stamps. Well, guess what? You pissed off the government. So now you know what you have to do. Get your ass up, get a job, or all that little free money that you're getting from the government gets snatched away from you. Plain, simple, and straight to the point. I don't care how many kids you had. And before, the amount of kids that you had, the more money you got, which was lucky for you. But nowadays, I don't care if you had 10, 20, 30 kids. Your check ain't gonna come out to the way it used to be 10 years ago. You'll have little money, and not even that much food stamps. Food stamp money. And the baby fathers are nowhere to be found. And when you try to search for them, they want nothing to do with you. Hell, I don't blame them. You're the ass. And so are they. For sticking your wiener where it didn't belong, there is a such thing as protection, people. Don't you even know? It's a little small thingy. You know, it's rubber. And it has lubricant on it. And it comes in all sorts of different sizes. There's something called birth control. Have you not considered some fucking birth control? Really? Do you not have any brain? I feel our generation has no fucking brains at all. You have no brains. You got a kid. One kid can take away your whole paycheck. But more kids can take away just about everything. Because when you have that child, when that first baby pops out, if you're not financially ready, if you're not emotionally ready, if you're not physically ready for that kid, consider yourself a jackass. No, consider yourself fucked. Because of the fact that you're the dumbass that has to deal with this kid. And then you and your boyfriend start bickering. I never wanted this kid anyway. Well, you wanted me to get pregnant. Shut up. I don't want to hear it anymore. As far as I'm concerned, that's old news. Your ass got brains, but no, you just had to do what your man had to say. Oh yeah, I want to have a baby. Yeah, sure. And then a couple of minutes later, when the baby comes out, a couple of months later, when the baby comes out, your baby father's nowhere to be found. He's either in a bar clubbing, drinking, picking up women, coming home 3 o'clock in the morning, and you got the nerve to ask him where the hell he's been? Seriously? If you didn't expect it to come, then if you weren't expecting this with the first kid, then consider yourself a dumbass. Women, you are dumbasses for opening your legs. Men, you are dumbasses for not putting on a rubber. And so are women. I figured our generation would have a little bit more sense, but don't. Have we not learned from our parents' mistakes? Have we not learned from our grandmothers or grandfathers' mistakes? Of what kind of life they had to live. They wanted better for us. And then you go off and you screw it up. And now, your ass can't go to college. And if you didn't get a GED or a high school diploma, your ass ain't going nowhere. Because without an education, you are nothing in this world. People will look down at you like street trash. And I don't blame them for staring down at you as street trash, because the minute you opened your legs to all those men, got yourself pregnant, 4 or 5 kids, father can't be fine, you're on welfare, you're on food stamps, you're considered as a fucking hood rat. You're a fucking hood rat. And that's all that needs to be said at this point. You are a fucking hood rat. Because the minute you opened your legs for that guy, your life is over. No more clubbing, no more hanging out with friends, no school, no job. You might as well just consider yourself the most pathetic person in America. Because you are stupid, you are naive, and you are dumb. And when I make these videos, when I call it brutally honest, that's exactly what it is. I'm being brutally honest. I'm not sugarcoating shit for you. I'm not going to spruce it up. I'm not going to say this, that, and the third. I'm going to tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. I'm going to tell you what you need to hear. Why? Because our generation has already fucked up. Our generation is probably on welfare more than ever. Our generation, half of us don't even go to school. Half of us go to work at Burger King. Our generation, we're the generation that is supposed to lead on and teach our kids a lesson. And teach our kids a lesson. We're supposed to be the generation that knows, that has common fucking sense. I'm gonna say it again. We are the generation that should have some common fucking sense. But we don't. And it's sad because now, what kind of example are we setting for our kids? Just because you can have a baby all of a sudden, when your kid grows up, don't be so damn surprised if they take on your attitude. Oh, I don't need school. I'll just be like my mother, get pregnant and get free money. Don't be so surprised. Don't get angry at your kid, because guess what? The same attitude that you had is the same attitude that your kid has now inherited from you. So, congratulations, jackass. You've completely made your kid a fucking bastard. Congratulations to you. Fucking idiots. Really, when I hear people who are making babies, who I know for sure are not ready for those kids, I just look at them like they're fucking idiots. And to the ones who actually did the right thing and actually listened to their parents, bravo to you. You don't even have to watch this video if you don't want to, because it does not apply to you. You did the right thing and decided not to have children and wait. Just like me, just like everyone else. So I applaud you. Congratulations to your ass. To all the rest of the dummies, thank you, because you have just fucked up our generation. You fucked up our kids' generation. And God forbid, they're gonna be the ones to lead on when we're dead. It wouldn't be a surprise if the next generation was just people who didn't get an education, had no high school education, lived on free money, and had a whole bunch of kids. Not a surprise. Because you know what, at the end of the day, it's not their fault. It's ours. Because we fucked up. Now we left them with our mistakes. And hell, it reaches to the point now where those problems can't be fixed. No matter how much you try to tell a person, use protection. Don't do this, don't do that. They're not going to listen. So why bother talking? I'm sick of talking. They can all go to hell for all I care. So, that's all I wanted to say. Before I go more into it. What a fucked up generation we have today. Anyway, I'm going to sign off of this video by saying I'm not being mean, I'm not being rude, I'm just being brutally honest. And that's the truth. Peace.